second thing that kind of threw me for a loop over this weekend that I wanted to record over the weekend, but I just was not able to because I was just out all Saturday. Who the frick are these children? Who are these freaking children? Okay, someone tell me. Pacino Khan and Matilda Firth will reportedly play Doctor Doom's son and daughter in Avengers Doomsday? Excuse me? What? That's crazy. Let's break this down because this is insane to me. This is from James Mack. He has been wrong about things before. He's been right about things too. A lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. Now, I'm not taking this as seriousness yet, but we're going to break down this leak, kind of see where it comes from, see where the mindset is, and then I will decide whether if I'm for it or not. So let's go. Let's talk about the kids. The casting rumor regarding Pacino Khan and Matilda Firth playing the son and daughter of Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom points to a highly emotional, tragic backstory driving the main villain of Avengers Doomsday. Excuse me, fixing my mic. While Marvel Studios has not officially confirmed these character descriptions, the casting leak has been backed by industry resumes and corroborating scoops. So let's break this down. So let's dig into this casting leak here. So number one, child actress Matilda Firth, known for Wolfman and Disenchanted, was first caught joining the cast when her official agency listed her for Avengers Doomsday under the placeholder named Little Girl. Her agency quickly scrubbed the credit after fans noticed. It can't get more clear than that. Secondly, reliable industry insider Daniel RPK weighed in on the viral report, noting that while the casting of the young actors is real, his understanding is that Doom only has a son left in the movie's main timeline, or rather, he had a son. And for you leakers, guys, that points to the leaks of, Dr. Doom had his own situation where he was married to a Sue Storm and a Franklin, and his world got destroyed, and he lost his family, which is a part of the reason why he's on this vengeance tear. That's a big rumor that's been kind of going around. If you guys follow like somebody like the Den of Nerds, he's broken that down so many times. What's up, Hungry Mighty? What's good, baby? Hope you're doing all good, man. Now, let's talk about why does Dr. Doom have kids, or why would he have kids? So some of y'all might think why. Let's break that down. In mainstream Marvel comics, right, Dr. Doom famously does not have biological children, though he does adopt a boy named Christophe Bernard and acts as a godfather to Sue and Reed Richards' daughter, Valeria. If you want to see his son, just read New Avengers. You'll see him pop up there. However, giving him a biological family in the Marvel Cinematic Universe aligns perfectly with the recent multiversal script leak. So, deep dive plot leaks do suggest that these children belong to an alternate universe of Victor Von Doom. In his home reality, Doom reportedly is a family man whose children die in a tragic lab accident or a universe-ending incursion. The ultimate motivation for him is witnessing that the absolute erasure of his son and daughter is what snaps Victor Von Doom, driving him to madness. His entire villainous crusade to conquer the multiverse and rewrite reality isn't born out of simple greed. It is a desperate, grief-fueled attempt to reshape history and bring his family back. Now, let's talk about the comic book parallel here, because this narrative does heavily echo the Valeria Von Doom storyline from Marvel Comics, right? In an alternate timeline, an incursion destroys Doom's Earth, where he was happily married to Susan Storm and raised a daughter named Valeria. When that universe is wiped out, her cosmic essence is preserved and later reincarnated into the main Marvel universe. And by casting Khan and Firth, the Russo bros appear to be giving RDJ's villain a deeply grounded human core, ensuring he isn't just a cackling warlord, but a grieving father willing to burn down the entire multiverse to fix his past. Now, I will say, like, when I did the research on this, I said, hey, a lot of this would make sense, okay? And, obviously, I think this kid is going to be used as both Franklin and maybe, this version of whoever this kid is. But let's talk about this real quick. So I think the idea of Dr. Doom being a family man and losing children, I wonder, that's hard to think about. Because here's the thing. Is this going to be a situation where Victor Von Doom was this good guy family man, right? And then, he lost his family and then blah, 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 blah. Or could it be a situation where Victor Von Doom was a villain, he had a family, and he might have had this imagination that his family loved him, but they really hated him. And so he's trying to avenge these kids that never loved him, which would be even crazier. Like, what if Dr. Doom is fighting to avenge this family that hated him because he was evil, It could be another interesting way to take it. But I do think that this, as I said, this is very interesting because I've always liked Doctor Doom, like at his core, just being like I'm the one to rule and fix things. And I hope that they don't abandon that reasoning and dive too deep into this father, husband, family role because a part of Reed Richards and Doctor Doom's beef is that Doctor Doom, to an extent, is jealous of Reed. He wants everything that Reed has. He wants Reed's life. He feels like Reed stole his life. So I really do think that there is a mix of both, but I just don't know. Also, the other question is where, like, I think that Doctor Doom is still from the Fantastic Four's Earth. Could he have fled the Fantastic Four's Earth to go to another Earth to pull a Steve Rogers? Think about this. What if Doctor Doom is after Steve Rogers, not only because Steve Rogers might have caused an incursion, what if he was doing the same move that Steve Rogers was doing? The same way that Steve Rogers went to another timeline to be with Peggy, what if Doom went to another timeline to be with Sue and have his own family? And he caused an incursion due to his own self. And maybe he sees Steve as a representation of that. I don't know. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can spin this. And as you guys hear the way that I'm explaining this, there's a lot of ways that you can spin this whole situation. So I do like the idea of them having kids. I just hope I hope that is not the situation where like he was a good man, he was the man that everybody looked up to on this earth. And even if that's the case, even if this earth that he raised him on, he was the god, the world loved him, he ruled this world. Even if that's the case, there has to be some type of situation that links him to Reed Richards, and I believe it's going to be he was the Doctor Doom for our Fantastic Four's Earth. He got ran off. I say that because when they show that Liberian flag, or that when they show that Liberian chair in Fantastic Four First Steps, that meant something. That was not just a random showing of a chair. That meant something deeper. And so I believe there's a deeper meaning to all this. And as I'm talking this through, guys, there's so many roles that they can go upon, which makes this exciting. Because if they go upon something that I couldn't even think of, I think that's impressive. I really do. Not saying that I know everything, but I do read a lot of comics, man. And I've read all of these stories. And I know the MCU multiverse lore like no other. So I wonder which route they're going to go. But this is very interesting stuff. I'm really fond of this leak. And there's a lot of proof that this is a possible thing. And I like the idea of him having both kids. And if her name is Valeria, that'd be insane. I have a theory on how Marvel can bring back MCU Tony Stark without variant nonsense. Let me hear it. I think Doom will trick the Fantastic Four into believing he's from their universe when in reality he's actually from his own universe where he married Sue and they had a daughter. You see, and this is where I think that can't be true, as I said earlier, because there's no way you show that Liberian flag for no reason. I think Doctor Doom is from the world, but I think he left to go and have his own reality. And I really think Hungry, they're building a parallel. Like think about it. You have two parallels, Doom and Steve, right? And we know that Doom and Steve are going to be beefing. So what if Steve did exactly what Doom did? Left his Earth to go live his life on another Earth. And because he did that, he caused catastrophe. What if Doom caused his own catastrophe and it was never Steve Rogers? No one ever thought of that. What if Doom saw Steve Rogers do this and took that out of Steve Rogers' book? Like, yo, I just go to another Earth and get what I want. Count me in. I don't have to be this hated villain, and I can go to a world where they'll love me, and I can rule over them, and I can get the girl I want, have the kids I want. By the way, what is your theory of the old man Steve scene? Because old man Steve in Doomsday is the same Steve. It is not a variant. The theory that is going around, this is not my theory, is that the old man Steve Rogers is the Steve Rogers that fought in Secret Wars. And that when he's giving Sam the shield, he's giving Sam the shield after Secret Wars. It's not actually him coming back from being with Peggy Carter. It's after the Secret War is over. The same way people have the theory that when Iron Man came back in Endgame, when he was holding Cap's shield, a lot of people think that was him coming back from fighting in Secret Wars, which would be insane if that's true, which will piss me off because, number one, that suit is not the best Iron Man suit. That Infinity War suit is the best MCU suit that we've ever seen when it comes to capability and fighting. That suit is legit OP. If you guys don't know about Tony's technology and suits, right? Tony's Infinity War suit was very or Tony's Endgame suit was very nerfed. And the reason why was because a lot of the power of the suit went to him being able to handle the gauntlet. So that suit's kind of weak. I swear if he was once a good man, nonsense. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to see a situation where he was a good man, he was a man. But if they do it in the context of Doctor Doom's viewpoint of what a good man is, I would like that. If it was like he was evil on our Earth, he went to this Earth to rule, and everyone loved him, everyone looked up to him, his kids loved him, this version of Sue loved him, and then he caused an incursion because he was on this Earth and he wasn't supposed to be on this Earth. He was supposed to be on the Fantastic Four's Earth. I love that. That makes me hype. So I hope that it's something like that, Hunger Mighty, and not he was always good, and that will be corny because Doctor Doom is not that kind of person. So here's my theory of MCU Tony Stark coming back. Okay, let me hear it. Battle World isn't just broken pieces of a different. Battle World isn't just broken pieces of a different Earths merger together, but also a new history as well. So in this new history, Tony is alive because the events of Endgame never happened. Well, let's MCUify your take, okay? So here's the thing. The question is, Doom is going to be able to create Battle World. We know that. But also, there's going to be magic that will be able to do all this. No, number one, right? Battle World's being created, which means that a bunch of different timelines are going to come together and form into this one Earth, which means, yeah, it does make sense, right? I don't think it's going to be because of that, but I think it's going to be because this is a Tony Stark pre-Endgame. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a Tony Stark. Well, I guess we're both on the same page, and yeah, I guess we are both on the same page. But I would say Endgame never happened yet. I don't want to say it never is going to happen, But obviously he has to use Wanda's chaos magic to be able to cast a spell strong enough to create this battle world, which he's going to drain Wanda of her power, obviously, to be able to do that. A lot of people haven't talked about that enough. Wanda Maximoff's power is the key to this happening. And I made a whole entire video where I freaking talked about how WandaVision was a audition tape for Doctor Doom to be able to showed us fans how he's going to create the battle world. A lot of people don't see that show that way. If you view the show that way, it'll be a whole lot better to watch. Think about they already did this in the comics with Reed's family. Reed's family died in the incursions. Battle World was created. Reed's family's alive, but as Doom family. Yeah, you're not wrong. They could do something similar. Totally. Yeah, I mean, bro, they totally could. They totally go. But I think they would go more variants. I don't necessarily because I don't think they want to undo Endgame. At least that death, which means they'll go variants, kind of like what they did with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.